guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Yvonne from Ginger Chick Rehab. I'm so glad to have you back checking out what I am up to. So in today's video, I am bringing you a thrift haul. And since I've had such a good response with sharing thrift haul, what I thrifted, and adding the makeovers into the video, so halfway through, it'll be the makeovers of the items that need made over. So thank you all for that. So yes, and then it helps me stay organized and get the items done. So let's get started with this thrift haul. So now everything I thrift has to be redone. Some of it is just as is, some of it is for my own decor. So if you're new to our channel, we take thrifted items that we find in thrift stores, garage sales, what have you. Sometimes people give us items and we make them over and we share the process of what we do to these items, and we resell them here locally. We have 2 retail booths in a local antique mall. Nope, we have not set up anything for shipping. I've kind of been toying with my accountant on that, but it looks like maybe if I'm going to sell anything, I'll probably do eBay. I'm just throwing it out there, you guys, just because the way of my business and the Ginger Chick and the YouTube and keeping a booth stocked, that just seems to be the easiest. So anyway, and then I have to have my son's help because he's the one who knows how to do that. So it's all about time. So let's get into the haul, guys. So right off the bat, I'm looking at these cute little hoot. Aren't these a hoot? I know. Can't help it. What is that, a bad dad joke? So look at these cute little owl coffee mugs, and they are actually signed pottery. I can't really read that myself, but if you all can read it. So they were $3.09 a piece. Oh, just super cute. Pottery has been doing really well for me. Coffee mugs, the bowls, the pitchers, the beer mugs, all of it has been doing really well. So I'm not going to pass it up. So these were Goodwill. And then while I'm on pottery, if I can keep it separated, who knows. I found these 2 pieces. Now these were $2.99 a piece. They are bells. And yeah, they are homemade pottery. Look at the patina on this one. That's like that blue-green patina wax that I used. So yeah, just some... And they have these cute little strings for them. So $2.99 a piece. I thought they were interesting. They're unique. There is, this one, it's really hard to see. There's a name inside this one. And then there's also a name inside that one. Just, I know that's really hard to see on camera. But yeah, pottery, so far, if it's selling, I'm gonna pick it up if I think it's unique. So I think I have one more pottery piece. And then this one was $3.99. Now this one's unique. It's still a pottery piece. This one's not signed, but it has a spoon, and then it has that little bird at the bottom of it. So super cute. Oh my gosh. So I definitely love the uniqueness. I love unique pieces like this, especially when it comes to the pottery. So I thought those were great finds. Where to go next? It's not a huge haul, and it's not a lot that I have to do this time. You just never know. So let's go. Okay. So for $5.09, I found myself another piece of ironstone. Too bad this doesn't have the spoon, but $5.09 ironstone, my own collection. This one it's cracked, but I don't care. It's the story. So far I've been keeping them for myself. Sooner or later I'm gonna have to resell some, but I have some plans for a piece of furniture. If I get Chris on board to let me keep one of our pieces of furniture to display some more ironstone in. So yes, that one I keep for myself. Okay, so for $4.09 at Goodwill, look at these cute, just basic little measuring cups. I don't know if they're missing one. This is a 1 cup, this is a half cup, and then this is a 1/4 cup. So I think maybe it was just a set of 3. They are the Threshold brand, which is that Target. So yeah, little ceramic measuring cups. I've sold these before. They sell really well. I'd probably do $12 on them, you know, 3 times your price. This is $3.99. Now this was from the Salvation Army. I've actually sold a measuring set like that, similar, in a salt and pepper shaker, and this is actually Cracker Barrel, but it's that chicken. I remember, if you are a regular video, I'm in a farming community, so Farmhouse is here, and so chickens are here, so yes, so I'm definitely going to pick up, it's the red, it's black, it definitely will fit into our booth. Now this piece was $5.09. It is a little sugar, and it has a little knob on the top of it. And I did actually look it up at Amazon. When I Google Lensed it, it'll bring me up stuff similar, and it said it was like $26 on Amazon retail price, but it's actually Pier 1. So Pier 1 imports. So yeah, I thought this is just a nice little as-is sugar dish, little sugar dishes, with everybody doing fancy little coffee bar areas in their homes and tier trays and whatnot and risers. Yeah, people like pieces like this. I thought that was, this is, even Pier 1, this, can you hear? That's plastic, guys. So yeah, you know, I don't know, everybody, each to their own, but I would have thought with Pier 1 it should have been at least glass. This, I thought this was it. Now this is definitely your mid-modern type of thing, but I love clocks, so I'm always attracted to clocks. So look at this clock. Oh my gosh, doesn't it have the, oh, my ring light. Doesn't it have the Jetson, if you remember that cartoon, the Jetsons? This was $3.09. It's actually plastic in the back, but this whole, all this is metal. It's just super sweet. So I definitely have been adding, I guess, as I'm making things over and I'm finding things over, I've been like, I know I'm Farmhouse, but I'm into Cottage, you know, a little bit of a Cottage. And sometimes things just gear me towards that boho, that bohemian type of stuff, and even some of the mid-modern. It all kind of can go together. You don't have to have a house that's just one theme. You can mix all of it. If you like it, buy it. It's your home. Okay, so for $2.09, I don't know. I couldn't, look at these little shoes. They're just little resin shoes. They still have an original price tag of $11 on them. I don't know why. Something I usually wouldn't, I think Chris was with me and he was just like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. They're sweet. I won't do anything to them. See if somebody wants a little pair of little reproduction shoes. I just thought, I don't know, they were so cute. So cute. So anyway, now this piece was a glass duck. It's that darkish green. If you watched my haul, a haul that I was given from a friend from her mama's estate, there was a hen on a nest and it was this color green. Now this one was $4.09, and I like those heavy glass. They're nice shelf sitters, they're nice paperweights. So usually this would only be like 10, 12 bucks in my booth. And even like any paperweight that I put in there, I think I just showed an apple with some florals in it. That's gone already. So yeah, it's nice to have, and especially if I can find something that's coordinating colors, because that's kind of how I am. I like to coordinate my colors in my booth. So even when I add colors anyway. Oh, I forgot this kitchen item. Look, it still's got the Christmas wrap on. So for $4.09, this is a Kirkland's. It says it's a Kirkland's. Yep, it is a brand new butter dish. So I sell butter dishes. They sell for us. So if you're gonna have a brand new one in the box, okay, I'm gonna get it for $4.09, because even the ones that I resell from the Dollar General store are $5. So here it is, butter me up. Yep. Oh, everything's gonna be shiny. So there we go. Yes, butter me up. I love, it's black and white. Yeah, just fits in, brand new. Thank you for not wanting your gift, or, you know, it's hard to buy for other people and get to really know what they want. I totally get that. I believe this was $2.09, just another little wooden another little wooden masher, and I will keep this for myself. I love wood. Yes, 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 yes. So definitely, I know I'm having a video coming out where I'm decorating with the stuff from Kathy, because now all of it I wanted to get rid of because it was just those ball jars. There's a billion ball jars in our antique mall, so I could take them in and put a price tag on them and let them sit and have to dust them, or I can decorate with them in my own home. So that's what I decided to do. So I actually was looking for pieces to add into that area. Now this was just a cute little greenish old looking bottle. It was $2.09. I definitely still love just a little sprig of, you know, floral, a dried something or other. Oh my gosh, I just love that little green color to it. Just caught my eye. And I like the dirtiness. I don't know about you all, but there's just something about it having that, just that little bit of aged dirtiness. I'll clean it, and if it comes off, it comes off, because I would feel weird if I didn't try to clean it. But at least, you know, if it kept that way, I kind of like the patina that it has become. It was a kitty cat for $4.09. Look at that kitty cat. It is a spring collection, which I think the sticker's Hobby Lobby, right guys? So, it's that patina, that bluish green patina, and I like the kitty. I think I sit him with my pottery pieces, and he blends in really nice. So yeah, no, I'll probably try to sell. I won't paint. I love how they painted this little guy. I love his little cheeks that they made. Oh my goodness, everything about him. Take his tag off and nobody will know he came from Hobby Lobby. Not that it's a bad thing, but yeah, he's too cute. About cute things. So I actually we had just picked this up like the day before I filmed this. And this little guy was hanging out in where all like your travel mugs, your plastic, your, you know, your Yetis, if there was Yeti. I've actually thrifted Yetis from Goodwill, but look at this little guy. He just caught my eye. I thought he was so super cute. I would have called him a panda. I Google lensed him and he came up a raccoon dog made in Japan. And yes, this is probably one of the first items that my son's going to sell for me on the eBay store because yeah, he was actually worth some money. He definitely needs, he's supposed to be shiny. He's not shiny anymore, so he should be shiny. So yeah, there's multiples of this little guy. Now these are normally not things I would have picked up, but he was so cute, and with my son getting into doing the eBay thing, I thought, why not have him help me out? Now this piece, $3.99, look at this duck. Oh my goodness. Now I'm keeping this piece too, because as you see, it matches some of my decor. And then again, I'll share with how I styled some of these items in that other video to come. I don't do a lot of home tours or styles or, you know, little bits and pieces there. Because I don't really know if you guys want to see it or not. So for $3.99, yes, as is, I love the color of the wood. I love that hand carved. Oh my goodness. Yep, so this piece is staying with me. It probably seems like a funny find, but on Farmhouse, it is a little Melissa and Doug farm. Oh my goodness. This was only $5.99. I didn't Google Lens to see how much this was. I don't know if something will fall out. I think there were some animals in this. So it's that Melissa and Doug line. Oh yeah, the fence. There's a fence in here. So yes, it has a couple little of the plasticky animals with it. It has the little fence. My daughter had a Breyer horse one, or still does. We still hold on to that. People shop with kids, so why not? Why not pick this up? I've always been a fan of wooden toys, even when my kids were growing up. We used to have the cutest little store in town, and then they moved out of state, and you couldn't get all these little wooden toys, but that is definitely one of the heirlooms for my children. I kept as all their wooden toys. So when I spied this, I picked it up. I don't usually even go in the toy section. It wasn't even in the toy section, so you just never know where things are going to be dropped, like that little raccoon dog panda he was in with Tupperware. Okay, so next up is this clock. Now this was a little bit more pricey, but it's metal, it's heavy. It was $10.09. It works. Remember, put a battery in your purse, guys. There always seem to always be battery operated. So yeah, other than cleaning it up, it is that black. Beautiful, lots of dust on it, but yeah, it just needs a bath. And so I would say in my area, I could probably get 28, 32 might be pushing it. It's like you go over that $1 amount in our area and it might sit a little bit longer. So maybe start off with 32. I know everybody always wants me to share my prices, but every area is different, guys. So just throwing an idea out there. There's way more comments of people saying I'm not charging enough or I'm charging too much, that I just decided that for my mental health, I need to take that out. So here, another metal. This was $4.09, but look, it was squirrels. So I think they're supposed to be holding, you know, a candle, or you can put a bowl in there. Oh, yeah, they're squirrels holding 3 squirrels. So I could not pass that up. It's metal. Yeah. So it was super cute. For $3.09, look at, I still sell cow creamers. I always have cow creamers. When one sells, I put another one in. It doesn't matter which shape it is. Now, I have one of these in my own collection, similar, not the exact, of a sitting cow creamer. So I thought, oh wow, I haven't run across one of those in a while. And they're newer pieces, but they're just fun. They're just fun little pieces. Even if you don't use them as a creamer, they're fun little pieces. This little girl just caught my eye, and I love white. Those 2 little birds that I picked up a couple videos ago, one sold, one hasn't. But for $3.09, look at how pretty. She needs a bath. I know she should probably be more Christmas, but she was a music box. Oh, she's so precious. She didn't have any, I love angel wings. She didn't have any chips and cracks in her little braids. And it's funny when you're thrifting, you think, oh, I'm going to find a whole bunch of things and I can redo. But sometimes when you're there, things just, you know when you know. You know if you like it, you just pick it up. Now, I haven't seen one of these in a while. Now, this is where it will tell you your temperature of your house. Or your set. Now it was $10.29, but there's nothing I have to do to this piece. I can't say we just made a trip through our antique mall over the weekend. Sometimes we do that because sometimes people pick stuff up in your booth, and you know when you go to restock your booth, you know things are missing and it's such a large space. So sometimes we just walk through and kind of see what other people have, or if we find any of our pieces. So yeah, so I didn't see anything like this, and I think people do like these kind of things. So yeah, so I did go ahead and pick, there's probably a name for it. You all probably know the proper name for the thermometer it is, but I always think it's cool. Now this cowbell was $5.09, and I have sold cowbells. Yes, this is a large one, and I've actually sold ones just like this. So yep, I was happy to see a cowbell. Didn't even hesitate when I saw it, put it right in the cart. Another clock. Now this one, I don't think those 2 colors match each other, but that's my personal. So I definitely will paint this up. This is a hanging one. I can't take it apart, so I'll have to tape off all the glass, but it's glass. I was trying to tap to here, but it feels like glass. So I like it when they're glass, because plastic, sometimes they scrape and then you're done. You can't fix it. You can't fix glass, but plastic scrapes easier. So this one was actually $8.09, but it's a good size one. It's a good size, especially if I paint that up black. You can hang it here, or it does have another option of a hanger there. So whatever's easiest for somebody to be able to hang it. For $4.09, look at this nice little caddy. Now, if I can get that off, I would probably sell it as is. So I don't know what it is. I haven't tried to clean it yet. So we would see, because it's really in great shape. This is one of those nice little caddies to put, you know, you can put potpourri, decor balls, you know, or like what I would do would be my remotes. So yeah, so it'd be nice to be able just to clean that up to see if it comes off. You never know. It's $3.09 now. The brass and the metal got me. I don't think that flower color is doing anything, so I definitely think I can pop that flower color a lot more and being able to keep the galvanized and this just, there's definitely able to put tape behind it, so I should be able to pop that, because you can't really see. This is way shinier, so it just kind of says bye to the flower. So let's pop that flower, get it to show up a little bit more. I love the two-toned on it, definitely. I tell myself I'm not going to pick up coffee grinders, but look at this one. I have one that I've sold, I had two that I've taken out of the booth and brought back into our inventory at home, but it has the whole grinding system on top of it. So I don't know. And this is copper. It's got the drawer. Yeah, I could. Oh, we got a date going on here. We got a date of 99. So made. Oh, it's made by. It's a handmade piece. So that's a hard decision to change up the color a little bit or leave it as is. Because I said the ones I brought home had sat there, I think, since the time I opened up our booth and never sold. So, I don't know. It's such a hard decision. Just painting it maybe more of a basic brown. I don't know. I guess you guys will see at the end of the video what I did with it. So now I ran across another one of these type of, yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? What did you guys call it? An yeah, I slaughter words, so I'm not going to get that right. I'm going to call it an orb on an arrow. Yeah, so it's, I mean, it's in good shape. It's not, I'm surprised I'm lifting it with one arm because it's heavy. So yeah, I may just do it black because I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So, and this ended up being, I think this was 10.09. So probably do minimal to it for reselling. Your items here I'm going to share with you. So so one day, this was my only pickup one day. This was it. This is all I found at Goodwill on my everyday going to my local Goodwill for. So for $2.09, I picked up this metal tree. I know it's probably past the season, but I have Hallmark ornaments that I would really like to display. And then we've changed our trees out over the years. So I thought, oh yeah, I am picking this up. I'm going to spray paint this black and use this for save it for Christmas. It could go for more different seasons too, the way that it's made, and it doesn't have the evergreen on it. So yeah, I thought it was a great find for $2.09. Yeah, it was. I'm not kidding you. $2.09. Well, yeah, especially metal. I think this one was $4.09. So this is a primitive that holds a candle, a votive candle. It's got some aged. I'll get rid of that. I'll probably maybe keep that, but I liked it for the star, so I definitely will paint this up. Just nice to hang on your wall, or nice to hang on a shelf, put on a shelf. But even though I'll get rid of these, I will always keep those rusted stars, even though that pipberry garland, the little wreath thing is aged. Don't get rid of those. I will always cut those off and save those for another project. Let's see. So for $2.09, we got this little swan. You can see his neck was broken. Look, he has the original $12 price tag on it. Wooden. I can fix that. I can paint him up, hide that where it was cracked. It's already glued in really good. I can't move it or anything, so we need to sand that bump off. So we definitely will be able to hide his broken neck. A family for $5.09. I still think people are doing picture accent family walls. So paint this up black. Yeah, I think somebody will be very happy with a family. For $2.09, I did pick up another Starbucks mugs. I shared with you in the past that I sell mug trees, so I try to pick up these kind of mugs to display on the mug trees in a booth, and they sell, they don't sell, it's all good. At least you know what they're for. Now this was $1.99. I couldn't help myself. Look at that cow. It's definitely primitive. We got a pig that they kind of go every other way because it's a runner. And then you got a sheep and a chicken. I definitely I couldn't help it. It needs a bath. See how it cleans up. But yeah, I thought somebody would be very happy with this runner. Yes, I could cut it off and sew it onto some drop cloth and yada, 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 yada. But before that ever happens, let's see if it sells as is. Let's see if it sells as is. Yes, you definitely could do that. But yeah. Let's see how that goes. And then I picked up a brand new American flag for $4.99. We have a flag out all year. Ours is a little worse for wear. It needs to be laid to rest. Our local American Legion has a mailbox that you can take the old flags to, so they discard them properly. So I'm happy to run across, because flags are not cheap. You all know that. So for $4.99, I was happy to run across one. I'll wait till winter is over to change it out though, but okay, we're still going. Oh my gosh, this is longer than I thought. So this is $6.09. It's another one of those little file caddies, but I know I can paint this and get these details to show. I think I'm down to one. It feels like I've been having one of these in every haul I've been showing you. So yeah, I'm down to, I just put the last one in, so it's nice to have another one. So yeah, this has a double hanger. You can cookbooks, you can do cutting boards, you can do florals. There's just so many ways to decorate these. So from Salvation Army, they sell their Afghans for $3.99, and I do resell Afghans. I find coordinating colors. Now this is definitely handmade. That's what people love about it. This is more, usually ones I've sold in the past have always been solid, a little bit more solid. And yeah, I resell them for $24. So they do sell. So I like to, we're on our last ladder, so I like to display them on the ladder. I don't have a blanket basket on a riser because I haven't been able to find any plant stands that are tall enough. So, but I do love to always look at Afghans. I'll wash it up just like that runner and make sure that we're good to go. But yeah, pieces are kind of big, so I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna sit back down and I'll show them to you guys. Look at this, it's a spool, it's a thread. Oh my gosh, so for $10.99, let me see, I don't know if I can read that tag. I have no idea who it was from. I don't know. I can't read that tag, guys. But definitely, I actually still sell wooden spools, like the little thread ones that are wooden. I put them into packs of 10, sell them for a couple bucks. I'd never pass them up. I always have bags of them. I'm able to resell them. So I thought this was funny when I ran across. I think this is like a little footstool. I have quilters. I have sewers that shop in our booth. So yes, definitely love that. I'm going to leave it just as this. Yeah, this is a little loose, but it's probably just, I mean, I guess I could, I think I just leave it alone. I think the more I play with that, the more I'm just going to make it even weirder. So we're just going to leave it as is, because it looks like this moves, this part moves a little bit. Sometimes you just leave good enough alone. So I won't do anything to that piece, but look at what I found, guys. Eat your bread box. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I get comments all the time. I get a lot of mail all the time asking me about how to redo bread boxes. I did not know I started a thing. But I love them. I love running across them. I love redoing them. This is a beautiful one. It is wonky. They're always wonky. I'm not sure if this will be part of the makeovers, because this will take taking the whole thing apart, sanding it down, making sure that bottom is straight. So it may not be in with this type of haul. I may wait till I get multiple bread boxes. Is really what I like to do, is a bread box video. I have some artwork pieces I want to share with you, but before I get to those, I haven't been able to do a Dollar Tree, a Dollar Spot, a Dollar General makeover, because they really haven't had anything that I can envision making over. So I popped in, and the only thing that I saw were these little flip signs. So not even gonna, you can read. They were $4, but the ones that I bought on the Hobby Lobby clearance for about $3, they sold already when I did wash your hands, brush your teeth. So that's what I'm gonna do on these. It's funny because my handmade ones that I redid sold faster than the ones that, yeah, that I had from Hobby Lobby, the one that I bought, I thrifted, and that's still there. And I mean, I know that's different in colors, so I thought, why not, if people like them, just, yeah. So, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some more of those up. I love having stuff like, I like to have multiples. I picked up 4. I'll probably, if I go into another Dollar General, I pick up some more because, yeah, and I even like that size because it's a little bit smaller. Our original artwork, can we see this? I know my ring, oh, hey. So this is just, there was some auction pieces. Yeah, so it's got a signature on it. Oh, here we go. Got a signature on it. The frame is definitely in need of a makeover. There's a little bit of wording. Now this one I normally would not have picked up, but my son, he'd taken that IKEA piece, and so he was looking to update. He still lives at home, so he's looking to update his wall decor. So this next piece, oh, and that was $4.09. Now this piece was $5.09. Now this one does have, I'm going to show you the back first. This one does have a $200 price tag on it. That was funny. Okay, so here's the front. It is quilt squares, quilting squares. So yes, and as I said, I have quilters that support what we do. I have, yeah, so you know how much it costs to get something framed. This is a beautiful frame. So I definitely thought, you know what, I'm going to pick this up. Definitely worth it. So whether what I'm going to sell it for, that I don't know, because that's not usually, it's not usually something I resell. So we'll find out. I know it won't be $200. I'm sure that was a gallery, some kind of a gallery piece. So now my next piece is a watercolor. So we got this. Just a beautiful sunset, nicely matted, nicely framed. This one was $4.09. Sorry, it's hard to read upside down. And we have who did it. So yeah, I think people like to have handmade pieces, you know, home. Yeah, so beautiful. I can't paint like that. I wish I could. So there's that one. And then my last one is not a handmade piece. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. My last one's not a handmade piece, but I fell in love with the scenery on it. Not so much the mat or the frame, but I know that I can paint the mat and the frame. So for $10.09, hold on. Oh, we're moving everything. So for $10.09, look at that front porch. Oh, is that not beautiful? That definitely fits right into with what I paint and what we do and what we resell. The mat and the frame are a little bit on the dated side, so that this will definitely be in our makeover is, yeah, painting that frame and that mat. So that way, you know, if you find a piece and big artwork, something to take up a big chunk of your empty wall space, where we were walking around looking for anything that might have been misplaced out of our booth. Yes, it was one of these aged shoe spreaders. It was only $6. I love that patina I love the metal on it. I love the patina of the wood. So yeah, definitely just, I don't, it's just a decor piece, y'all. I know that seems weird. And then, okay, and then for $26, I could not help, I've only ever thrifted one scale. So for $26, I thought that she could come home with me, because in my vision of redoing my shelf area to share with you all, this patina matches the ball jar lid patina. So stay tuned for that video. So there we go. So let's get into making these items over for you all.
Since showing you my haul was a little bit on the longer side, you already all know that I clean everything first, detag it and all that. And I was definitely surprised when it came to cleaning this little guy, how filthy he was. Can you see my brown suds coming off of this little guy? Oh, I'm not sure what that was, but I'm glad that I got him sparkling again. So I have a grouping in this thrift haul that are metal. I absolutely love metal, and I love to paint metal black because it gives it that wrought iron industrial type of look that a lot of people are looking for. Even though I'm going to keep the tree for myself, and this is a picture for my son, that frame was definitely in rough shape and needed, even though it's original artwork, it's about the artwork, not so much about this beat up frame. Now after getting them all painted up with the black Rust-Oleum paint and primer in one, just the spray can paint, they're all going to get sealed in with some polycrylic in the matte finish. This is definitely going to give that paint job some longevity and seal and protect it. The family sign is going to be treated that same way. It is that Rust-Oleum paint and primer in the spray, the flat sheen. It's definitely nice to be able to spray it in between all these little swirly lettering and then get it sealed in with some polycrylic. But unlike the other ones that I did, I am going to go back in and distress that outer edge just a little bit to make those letters pop. Before I can paint on the swan, I need to sand that area in, making sure that I get it as flat as I can. It must have been like a rubbery type of glue because it kind of just came right off as I'm sanding it. But I want to make sure that I don't feel that bump, because if you feel the bump, you're definitely going to see the bump through the paint. Even though I have actually sold the black swans before, I'm actually going in with the Rust-Oleum's chalk paint, and I have a can that I've mixed with the white linen and the chiffon to tone down that really bright white. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint this up white, and then go ahead after that has dried and distress it, showing a little bit of that black underneath. And after the wetness of wet distressing is dry, I can go ahead and seal this in with some polycrylic. So I'm going to give this file box the same coating, where I'm going to paint it with the Rust-Oleum and then seal that Rust-Oleum in with the polycrylic. So now after that is dry, I'm going in with that same white linen chiffon chalk paint mixture from Rust-Oleum, and I'm just going to be painting this front plate. After my 2 coats of the paint is dry, I'm going back in with just a wet wipe to water distress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fingertip into where those diamond patterns are and let it take some of this paint off. Now the Rust-Oleum paint distresses with water very, very easily. So you have to be careful with how much water you have on your wet wipe or your wet item that you're using to wet distress it. So just like the little swan, this needs to be sealed in with some polycrylic also. Now I think the distressing is enough, that diamond pattern is enough, so I'm not going to be adding any words to this. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this hack that you can, yes, you can paint the matting on a picture. If you, back in those 90 days, I remember having gallery parties at my home, and they always would try to match some kind of matting color with the picture itself, but now we've kind of, for some of us, have gone away from that. So I just want to pop this out with white. So unfortunately, I need to take the backing off and take these staples out, and yes, I need to get to the matting first. I'm so close, but look at some more staples that I'm going to have to remove. So I'm going to have to pop those out before I can get to the cardboard and get to that matting. To tackle this matting, all I'm going to do is hand paint it. I don't want to take the chance of some tape ripping off the print itself. It is shiny, so I know I'll be able to wipe it off if I get any paint on there, but I just didn't want to chance taping it. So I'm using that same Rust-Oleum chalk paint, and yes, even as it dries, it might make your matting wavy, but once you put it all back together, you won't even notice it. So I just wanted to share that in case you were a first-time person ever painting a mat. But yep, I'm just going to go in a little gingerly along the picture edge and then go in with a bigger brush on the rest of it. For that frame, we're going to be following that same trend of spray painting it black, sealing it in with polycrylic, and I'm going to be using that same Rust-Oleum mixture of the chalk paint to distress this frame. But instead of using a wet wipe to distress the frame, I'm going in with sandpaper, only because that wet wipe would, as soon as I lay it onto this chalk paint, it would take the paint off where I don't want it to be. So I just want to take some 220 sandpaper on those sharp edges and distress it just to match that interior print. I'm going to do a quick blow off with the air compressor to get all that sanding dust off and seal this in with polycrylic. I'm going to make sure that this is tightened up with the glass, and then you have the mat and the print, and then you have this piece of cardboard, and that was stapled in to keep it all a nice tight package. So I'm just using these push points to tighten this back up. So I am a reseller, and this is not for my own personal use. I wanted to line that back up. This is the paper that you get to cover up your workspace. It just happens to have a pink hue to it this time. You never know what you're going to get. So I lined that back, hot glued it on, and now I'm just replacing the eyelet hangers and then going to put some nice strong wire, and it will be ready to go. Told myself I was just going to leave these shoes alone, but I just couldn't do it. It just was not a good brown for me. So I'm going to go in and that same process over and over again. Yep, I am a creature of habit. So spray painting it with the Rust-Oleum, sealing it in. But to finish these off, we're going to be using some antiquing wax, and that's just going to give it that kind of more antique-y aged look. We're definitely winding down with what items I am making over. So the same process on the star, but when it came to the star, I wanted to add a little bit of detail. I took those pip berries out, so I wanted to add a little bit of something back in. So I came up with the thought that I had these stars on a wire that were a given gift from Kelly, that viewer that gave me all those wonderful supplies. So yeah, I thought, okay, if I just hot glue it on, not to the candle, so somebody can still use a candle in there if they want to be able to remove it. So it's already kind of in that round shape. I'll just spin it around the votive and then glue it in a couple spots in place that you can still be able to remove that votive. So yep, now we are at the final item to make over, and it is these Dollar General flip signs. So all I'm going to do is get them sprayed up black, get them sealed in with the polycrylic, and then I'm going to go ahead and repaint them white, just the faces of the flip. Before moving on, after I've done 3 coats of white on each side of these, I need to seal that white back in so I can go ahead and make a stencil with my Cricut. So I had an idea in my head. I knew what kind of font I was kind of thinking. I knew that I wanted the wash in your hands to be a lot bolder and just a little bit of the your. So I'm just going in. I found the font that I like. I'm going to type it out. Now this font is cursive, so I'm going to have to weld it together. So I just went ahead and typed the whole thing out, and then I will separate it into the words and the grouping that I need it to be. And I have to overlay my letters so I can weld them together, so that it'll cut it all out at the same time. Now I'll just use some transfer tape to help me. I like the transfer tape that has the grid on it. That way I can keep it level and nice and even. So I'll just transfer the vinyl onto this little piece of wood. And then when I'm doing it, one will come upside down and then one will be the right way. That way the flip will work properly. Just using some apple barrel multi-use paint to color in my letters, and then the assistance of the blow dryer to make sure that I don't pull off any of that pre-painted surface and just the vinyl comes off. The thing I need now to finish these up is a little bit of clear coat on where I had painted on that stencil. I want to make sure that it's going to stay. So now on this little flower on the watering can, I just went in with a little bit of the agave chalk paint by Waverly, painted up that flower. The base underneath, yep, of course it is black. And then I thought I was going to go in and distress it, but I didn't like it. This is one of those things that I kind of had to play with. I tried a little bit of a gold center. I didn't really like that. But then there I go. I remembered I had that patina wax that I had purchased off Amazon. I'm having a lot of fun with this patina wax, and maybe I can tone down this shiny brass a little bit. I'm just kind of going on the seams where it would age. Now this isn't that type of wax that you can rub around. Once you put it on there, it is on there. So yes, even trying to get a little bit off of the spout area was not an easy task.
you enjoyed this video of making over thrifted finds, what I found when I was out thrifting, and the items that I made over. And as always, give me a quick comment of what you liked, what I found, what I made over. There wasn't a ton this time, but you just never know when you're out thrifting. I think that's the thrill of the hunt, is you really don't even know what you're hunting for. So thanks again for watching today's video, and if you're part of our YouTube family, thank you so much. And if you want to become part of our YouTube family and you like this type of video, please hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know when we've uploaded a new video, and we will see you next time, guys, and you can see what I'm up to. Bye!